process, I think it's a separate one. I think Blaze makes a great point. His authority obviously is triggered by the receipt of state funds. And so if you have a county that doesn't receive any state funds, which I don't think any county in Florida receives no state funds, then you would be immune from the CFO's oversight. So I think there's going to be both. And then I think clearly if it came to something where you just had a neglect of obvious duties in some of these positions, to the extent governor's constitutional authority is implicated, you would have the ability to do that. So I'm confident that the enforcement is going to be adequate. And here's the thing, you know, people say, oh, you know, fine, just comply, we'll do it. I would love for some of the areas where people have told us, hey, you got to audit here, I would love for those to come back passing with flying colors. I mean, that'd be good for taxpayers if that happened.
Funding and the fine. That's the
right, exactly. Yeah, I think so.
One quick question on Alligator Alcatraz.
Sure.
You know, lawyers are not able to see their clients out there. What do you think, being a lawyer yourself and a JAG lawyer?
Well, I first of all, I don't know. Here's what I think is happening. You have some of these, and a lot of these are criminal aliens, and they will make claims, and then the media is kind of running with it. I know that the DHS anticipated that there would be legal involvement. And I know they even have a place where people can like read books about this stuff. So that was all being contemplated. Now I haven't been down there since the president was there. I may go back down very soon, but it's odd that they're going in there. I mean, you have these representatives. I mean, first of all, like they're trying to get some notoriety. So they're making these claims. And they're saying, oh, they're not fed well. Well, first of all, they're fed the same that the staff is fed. You know, you go to like and it's not a prison, it's a deportation processing center, so it is different. But like in Florida prisons, do you think the prisoners get the same meals as the guards? No, of course not. It's different. Everyone's the same there, and they were mad that the ham sandwiches weren't toasted. Excuse me? I mean, give me a break. So DHS, you know, required there to be certain things. I know the legal was a part of that. There is recreation. People say there's not, and there is. People will show. So I'm confident that whatever is required will be satisfied. I know that there's an effort to try to, you know, put whatever narratives out there that you can, but I'm confident that they'll get the job done. But here's the thing. Ultimately, the goal is you need a place that you can process and deport efficiently. If you want to be able to remove illegal aliens from the country, particularly the criminal aliens who shouldn't be anywhere in our communities, that needs to have some infrastructure to go with it. DHS does not have enough spaces to be able to do it. So we're running into situations. Florida's aggressive. Our state and local are required to participate. So like our highway patrol, you know, they may bust some van and there may be like 10 illegals like in a van. They can bring to ICE, but if ICE doesn't have room for them, then ICE basically just either has to release them or hope that you can put somebody in a state, a county or a city facility. And you can do that at some point, but we don't have the space there. So that's why they're doing it. I think DHS is going to ramp up its space, which will be very helpful for this. And so there's a lot of logistics. There's a lot of, I mean, people say there's no due process. Actually, there's a lot of due process. That's why it takes this way. I mean, my view would just be, it's like, okay, are you here? Do you have a right to be here? Show us. Okay, let's look at this. We think not. And then just make a quick decision. And obviously, if someone has a right then to be, then they shouldn't be involved in any of this stuff. I would also note this. When you go into Alligator Alcatraz as an illegal, the first thing DHS does is they give you a brochure and they tell you, you don't have to come here. You can get, at federal expense, all expenses paid flight back to your home country. No questions asked. Now, obviously, they'll escort you to make sure you're getting on the plane. They check to make sure you land. But they are offering that for every single one of these folks who end up being brought there. So nobody has to go there if they don't want. They do have the ability to take the DHS up on their offer and go back to their home country. I don't see that mentioned as much, but that is definitely part of it, and it makes sense financially because whatever the cost of the ticket is going to be less than going through a more lengthy process and then end up flying people out at like a military or DHS aircraft. So, yes, sir.
Back to the